Perfect for the fat tires. Little uneven terrain. Alrighty. So what do I think of this fat tire, budget-friendly e-bike at 100 miles in? Stay tuned. Hey there, RC Girl here. If you guys are new to my channel, I'm all about helping people grow in the remote control hobby. So if you don't want to miss my future videos, make sure to like and subscribe. Today we are doing a little departure from RC to one of my other hobbies, bikes. If you've been subbing my channel for a while now, you know I'm big into mountain biking. I had the opportunity to check out a Cyrusher Kommoda fat tire e-bike. This is what I'm calling an adventure cruiser. I thought this would be a perfect leave from my house and go RC, pack a truck on the back, go explore the woods. This has about a 25-mile range. After having this for about a month, I put 100 miles on it and I wanted to share my thoughts. Who do I think this would be good for? Is it well built? Is it worth the price? We're definitely going to take it on a ride today. And a couple other heads up before picking up one of these bikes. We're going to talk about that all today, so stay tuned. So first off, a little bit about Cyrusher. These bikes are made in China, but they also have a brick and mortar location in Logan, Utah. So they do have a US warehouse. They will ship from the US, which is kind of nice. This comes mostly assembled with all the tools that you'll need. So in the box, you're going to get your partially assembled bike. You're going to have to put on the front wheel. It includes the battery, charger, air pump, and all the tools you need to assemble it. This bike only comes in one size, but it fits a really wide range of rider heights from 5'1" to 6'2". You can adjust your reach here as well as the handlebar height. Really great that it comes with a 2-year warranty, and they offer a couple different colors in orange and white, and the gray one that I got, gray and black. Looks pretty cool. Let's talk through our controls up here. So our on and off button is over here. And nice 3.7-inch LCD display. You can see our trip, which we're about 100 miles in, our odometer, which is going to track the total miles of the bike. I actually can't figure out how to reset the trip. And of course, we have our power up here in the corner. I would say it's relatively accurate. If you are switching between modes a ton, it takes a little while to update. And I would say probably in the last 25% of your battery, it's gonna also lose a lot of power. If you have an uphill on your way home, definitely save enough juice to get home. Our up and down arrows here are going to toggle through the various pedal assist modes. This bike is going to have 5 pedal assist levels and 7 gears. It also has a throttle, kind of cool, so you don't even have to pedal if you don't want to. Just using the throttle, you don't even have to pedal at all if you don't want to. Of course, it's going to use up the battery more quickly. And while talking about our battery, it is a 48 volt, 14 amp hour e-bike battery. The battery can be removed with the 2 provided keys here to bring it indoors to charge, or you can plug the wall charger directly into the side of the bike down here. It says it has a 25 to 50 mile range. I think that is probably being a little generous. I did a full ride where I do have a steep hill towards the end of that ride, but otherwise it is pretty moderate terrain, and I was able to go 25 miles and ran out of battery right when I pulled into my driveway. I think that is a good range for commuting, biking around town, doing some errands. It takes about 4 to 7 hours to fully charge, and it says the battery lifetime can cycle through 800 charges. They do sell spares as well if you wanted to pick up a spare. They were around $600, which is kind of expensive, and they've dropped that down to $299, which is a lot more reasonable if you want to pack a spare on the back of your bike. Over here we have our light. You can turn that on and off. And we also have a rear brake light, which is nice. So even if the light is off, your rear brake light will still work. We also have a little horn over here, which is cool. We've got our front brakes on the left, rear brakes on the right. Nice cable management up front here. On the right here, we have our shifting. You're going to use this button to toggle up through the gears and this little shifter to toggle down. Top speed is around 20 miles an hour on level roads, and you can get definitely going faster than that, around 28 to 30 if you're going downhill. Let's talk about the specs. So this is going to be a full suspension bike, which means it has a front fork here as well as a rear shock. This is going to be a dual crown fork, which is going to add to the stiffness of this bike. There are a couple adjustments you can do here with your compression and your preload. Because this is a budget-friendly fork, You're probably going to get the most comfortable ride fully open. This comes with a rear hub motor, which means the motor is in your back wheel. This is a 750 watt high-speed brushless motor. Taking a look at our wheels. These are Chaoyang fat tires, 20 by 4 inches. Chunky boys. The fat tires add to the cushiony feel of the ride and can handle some more rugged terrain and roads, though I would not really be buying this solely as a mountain bike. Yes, it can handle some dirt roads and some well-groomed single track, but it's not a mountain bike, so if that's what you're in the market for, this would not be the bike I suggest. One great thing about this bike, even though it's budget friendly, really great to see that it comes with hydraulic disc brakes for front and rear. These are 180 millimeter front and rear rotors compared to rim brakes, which use the rim of your bike as braking power. This uses hydraulic fluid to compress your brake pads against the rotor to stop the bike. This has a Shimano drivetrain, so a 7-speed cassette on the rear. We have a tourney derailleur here, not super familiar with that, and a Shimano chainring here on the front with 2 plates here as a chain guide to keep your chain from popping off. I've actually never had it pop off in my whole 100 miles. The frame of the bike is fully aluminum. It's also a step-through bike, so people that have mobility challenges, it's going to be really easy to swing your leg over the bike. For our seat here, nice and cushioned. Even our seat has a little suspension here with these rubber spacers, nice and padded. You can adjust it front to rear and also the pivot up and down. There's a clamp here on the seat post, so you can move your seat up and down to your rider height. It comes with a little license plate holder here on the rear underneath your brake light. Also comes with a metal rack here on the back to strap things to it. They also make a couple upgrades, including saddlebags and a rear basket. I was thinking of picking one of those up. We have a front and rear plastic fender, kind of budget. They do move around a little bit. That is going to help prevent rocks and mud and dirt and other things from kicking up onto you and the bike. All right, let's go for a ride. Ow. Safety first. All right, we are ready to go on a ride. 100% power, we are in eco mode. Let's take it away. Gonna use a little bit of throttle to get up the steep driveway. All right, cruising. Making sure we got our GoPro angle right. Just got a new mic on it. Hopefully you guys are getting some decent audio. Beautiful day here. Could feel like winter is coming, but still got a lot of sun, which is super nice. And I was actually really impressed about how silent this bike is. You'll get a little chain slap if you go over some bumps, but otherwise, decently solidly built, I would say. Kind of a busy highway here. We're going to probably use mostly throttle to get us off gear really quickly. But then there's a super sweet spot. Shift up, and I tend to use the throttle to sort of get me going. We're gonna put this in normal mode, give us a little boost here to get off this main road. Super cool. So this is there's no outlet, but there is for bikes. Cute little neighborhood here. Perfect little side road. We're gonna put this down back into low for now, conserve our battery. So one thing about this lower capacity battery is that you want to be really efficient with your battery power and make sure that you're doing the best you can to conserve. Good dog. Shift back up. Halloween decorations are coming around. Pretty cool. I like Halloween. All right, so these are kind of some little secret local spots. Shift down, just getting a little bit of a grade. I do wish this had a little bit of a wider range, because as I was mentioning, once you get into the higher power modes, if you're on a sort of a level terrain, you can't pedal, you kind of catch up to the gears and can't really pedal any faster. So at that point, you're just using full battery assist. A little fish. Looks like a bass. Okay, so we got some construction here. Let's see if we can get by. Shift down. We're doing a fish ladder. Pretty cool. There's a little bridge here. Doing some construction down there. Big project. Kind of cool. That's Fall Creek. Just through the mountains near my house. All right. Cute little back roads here. Cool bump. Hear a little chain rattle, chain slap there. Nice smooth shifting. Okay, we're gonna turn up this road actually. Shift down, it's kind of steep. Use some throttle assist. All right, up that way, I do some filming. Got some RC videos up at the creek up there, a little waterfall. But now we're hitting town. Now in town, shift up. Still in low mode for most of this, 95% power. It's mostly fully charged when we left the house. Should have started my Strava. Oops. Post office where I drop off all the packages, all your orders. Here we got a cute little bridge. It says bridge is out for cars, but we can traverse it with this thing. Got a little cobbly road here. Perfect for the fat tires. A little uneven terrain. Alrighty. These big beefy tires, perfect for that kind of stuff. Not the best roads here in the little town I live in. Got a lot of old roads. Oh, squirrel. Back onto the road. All right, now I'm gonna take you guys to Henry Cowell Park. Perfect little ride for this thing. Doing basically a big old loop. And here we are. Henry Cowell Redwood State Park. All right, smooth sailing. So Henry Cowell State Park, do a lot of my mountain biking here. This, definitely not a mountain bike as I mentioned, but good for cruising around, some gravel roads, some smooth pavement. Should be fine. Going about 17 miles an hour, or low power in 7th gear. So beautiful. On weekends, this is backed up so far, people coming into the park. But what's today, Tuesday? Nobody. Feeling super grateful that this is my job, and just have to say that and take a moment to appreciate that. California State Parks. Okay, and here we have a little dirt road we need to traverse. No problem. And this is where they run trains into the redwoods. Pretty cool. All right. Hello. Take it slow, be respectful. This is a rowing camp. If I were on my mountain bike, I'd go that way. There used to be a duck pond over there, but it looks like it got drained. But we're gonna cross the railroad tracks and head on this road. Lots of little cool spots to explore that I wouldn't drive to. A little bit hard to navigate on a motorcycle. So this really is getting me out exploring my town more than I would without it. So, horse poop. So next, we're leaving Roaring Camp. We're going to go up to Mount Herman Adventures, which they have zip line and tree line tours, cool little lodge, a lot of cool things I've been exploring. Let's shut down a little bit. Around my local town, and I'm sure wherever you guys live too, there are some places that are yet to be explored by you. Maybe an e-bike will help get you out. Cruising, 18 miles an hour in our normal mode. Let's actually put it back in low to save some battery. We're still at 89%, doing really nice. Mount Herman, here we are. Squirrel. I've never been up here except for on my e-bike. And then we're gonna turn around this way. Big old grassy area. It's pretty cool. Little pond. It's cute. And this is where the zip line stuff is. Kind of neat. Just gonna check it out. Never actually walked up this way. This is where we got quite a hill. So shift down, but yeah, it's 78% battery. We should be good. All right, so we did about 10 miles, 9 to 10 miles. We got 78% battery left. That's pretty good. All right, so what do I think after about 160 miles or so on the Cyrusher Kommoda for 1,700 bucks? Basically a really nice, solid built bike. I would say probably not as nice as the Aventon bikes that are available in some of my local bike shops. This is a direct-to-consumer bike, so it looks like all the parts are available online, but you'll probably get better service with a company like Aventon that are available in local bike shops. Just something to be aware of. So who do I think this bike is good for? This is going to be great for someone looking for an adventure cruiser type bike. If you live in a bikeable town, you want to run errands with it, commute to work. This will work really well on some dirt roads, some uneven pavement. Also very beginner friendly for someone that has accessibility challenges. It is a easily step through bike, so you don't have to lift your leg all the way over. Fits lots of different people of different heights and builds. A couple things to be aware of before picking up one of these. These aren't going to fit on a traditional mountain bike rack. You're going to have to get a specific rack that fits e-bike tires. Not a lot of companies out there make those. And this is also a 70-pound bike, so you want to make sure that you can transport this if you're wanting to take it places. Great if you want to leave from home, but it might be a little bit challenging, heavy, and hard to find bike racks that will fit these on the back of your car. Probably best for someone that has a truck. You can fit it in your truck bed or an RV. The second thing to be aware of is you cannot change a flat when you're out on a ride. If you get one, you can't really easily take the rear tire off. Maybe not as hard with the front. There's a bolt-on axle, so you'll need to carry tools to change that. But our rear with the hub motor, definitely not gonna get that off. You're gonna have to have someone come help you to bring that home, service it from your house. All in all, this thing held up really nicely after 160 miles. Can't really say anything that needs servicing other than I would check your tires before every ride and wipe down your chain after every couple rides. Looking forward to expanding the things that I review on my channel. I'll put a link to this bike in the description box below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Or see you later.